Here's Sandy with chapter 10 entitled Spools of Tape. Before he knew it, he had fallen asleep, and when he woke, he realized that it was just before the start of the football match and he didn't have much time. In a panic, he pressed the record button and hoped it wasn't too late. Technology wasn't his strong point, and he sat in the armchair and waited for the football to finish. The only sport he liked was tennis. Football was something he especially disliked. The boys at school talked about it endlessly. It was like a religion to them. If Alf's team were to lose, then he would be in a very bad mood, and Simon didn't want to be around for that. Simon drifted off again, only to be awoken by a strange whirring noise. At first he was puzzled, and then with growing horror, he realized what was happening. He looked at the video recorder and then at the snake-like spool of black tape twisting on the ground, and his heart sank. He was done for. He pressed stop, but it was too late. And to top it off, Arsenal, his dad's favourite team, had lost. Simon felt like crying. His dad would be furious, and it would all be his fault. He tried spooling the tape back into the case, but it was impossible. He turned off the TV and thought about his mum. She had been kind and loving, but she was gone, and he missed her so much. The tears swam in his eyes and then fell down his cheeks. Quietly and forlornly, he crept up the stairs and counted the stars until he fell asleep. "Get downstairs, you fool," was what he heard. Simon rushed down the stairs, dreading what was to come. "What's this?" his dad said, holding the torn and twisted tape in his hand with a look of disgust. "Sorry," Simon muttered. "Not good enough," his father said angrily. "It's your fault Arsenal lost," he said. "You jinxed it, boy." "I want that driveway cleared of snow before I get back," he shouted, and he slammed the door so hard that the house shook. Simon was relieved that at least it wasn't the belt for his punishment, and on top of that he could be near Sandy. He did his best to look unhappy, but inside he was smiling. A picture had fallen onto the carpet as his dad left. Simon picked it up. It was cracked. It was a picture of his parents on their wedding day. It was one of the few times his dad looked happy, even if it was just for the cameras. Maybe Mum's watching over me, he thought. Simon walked to school feeling low, but he knew when it was over, he would see Sandy. He daydreamed his way through the lessons, and it was a great relief when the bell sounded. Simon had no friends at school, and he didn't want any. He was a loner by choice. He never thought about girls, and when he did, it was meaningless because his dad would never allow him to bring anyone home, especially girls. His dad thought women were only good for cleaning the house. His mum was a great cleaner and cook, and his dad took great pleasure in monitoring her work and criticizing her endlessly. Holy balls.